What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. With this thought, I, Akanksha, going to start with the new topic, the sentence. It is an important topic. What is a sentence actually? A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense by itself. We are joining few words to make a sentence, and then a sentence making some sense by itself. So that is a sentence. For example, these books. It is not making any sense. What is these books? It is an incomplete sentence. I love to read these books. This is a complete sentence. You have joined number of words into it, and that creates some sense by itself. So it is a complete sentence. In both these examples, more than one word is joined together to convey some meaning. Though both the sentences are trying to convey a message to us or any meaning to us, but that meaning is incomplete, right? So in first sentence the meaning is incomplete, and in another sentence it is a complete sentence. So the first group of words convey some meaning, but it's not complete in itself. But the second group of words convey a particular meaning, and it is complete in itself. So it is called a sentence. Suppose I say I go. Where, why, I don't know. I'm not conveying that to you. So that is an incomplete sentence. If I say I go to the park, so that is a complete sentence because I conveyed you where I am going. Okay, so that is a complete sentence which is making a sense by itself. Now the next slide says a sentence is made up of two parts. Every sentence has two parts. First is subject and second is predicate. What is subject? That the doer of the action in a sentence, or what is being spoken about. That is subject. Then predicate, the part of a sentence that tells us something about the subject, that what the subject is doing, that is predicate. And subject is to whom we are talking about. What we are talking about, that is predicate. To whom we are talking about subject, so that is a subject. But what we are talking about a subject, that is predicate. Examples: the lion is the king of the jungle. So the lion over here, that is the lion. To whom we are talking about? We are talking about the lion. So the lion is a subject, and what we are talking about the lion, that is the lion is the king of the jungle. So this very part of a sentence is predicate. Next example: all the animals in the jungle were afraid of the lion. So here subject, what we are talking about actually, we are talking about all the animals, those who are in the jungle, and what we are talking about those animals, that they were afraid of the lion. So were afraid of the lion is predicate. So every sentence has two parts, subject and predicate. So when you read more sentence, then you have to know about, then you come to know about many more things, like what is subject, what is predicate. There you can identify very easily. That will be easy for you as well. Now you have practice work, that circle the subject and underline the predicates. These are the sentences which I have given to you. Here you have to identify what is subject and what is predicate. This you can copy down in your notebook, any notebook, and there you will circle the subject and underline the predicate of each sentence. Now we have pattern of a sentence, that how we have to frame a sentence. Every sentence has subject, then verb, then object. If you say, like I have given one example to you, I love chocolates. If I say I chocolates, that is incomplete, no? So we want subject also, we want verb also, we want object also. If I say I love, that again incomplete sentence. If I say I only, that again incomplete sentence. If I say love chocolates, who? We don't know. So again that is incomplete sentence. So for every sentence we want subject, verb and object. It is not like I chocolates love. So this is the pattern of a sentence. First subject will come, then verb will come, and then object will come. Second example, Tom wrote a letter. Tom. If I say wrote a letter, Tom. No. Again wrong. So what is the pattern of a sentence? Subject first, then verb, and then object. What next? Now we have types of sentences. We have different types of sentences. For example, we have declarative sentence, we have interrogative sentence, we have imperative sentence, and we have exclamatory sentence. We have 4 types of sentences. First, we have declarative sentences. Declarative means declaring something. Sentences that make a statement are known as declarative or assertive. We can say assertive also. Like if a sentence tells something about something, or if a sentence ends with full stop. Basically, if a sentence is declaring something to us or telling something to us, any information, if a sentence is giving to us, that is declarative sentence. In this we have positive sentence, we have negative sentence also. Positive means if a sentence is saying something positive about someone, like I am going to the park, right? This is a positive sentence. Or I help everyone. This is positive sentence. The children are playing in the park and we are going out today. But if we are converting these sentences into negative sentence, for this we have to add not into these sentences. Like the children are not playing in the park. Not is here. The children are not playing in the park. That is a negative sentence. And we are not going out today. That is again, if not is coming in a sentence, that is negative. Like I do this work, I can't do this work. So positive is that you can do the work, and negative is that you cannot do this work. I hope I am clearing with your doubts as well side by side. It is very easy. Declarative, declaring something, ends with full stop or tells something about someone or anything. So that is declarative sentence. So here are a few examples of declarative sentences. Little Jack Connor sit in a corner. We are learning grammar. You are 10 years old. He can sing. She loves South Indian food. So each example is giving some information to us and ends with full stop. So these are declarative sentences, declaring something, giving information about someone or something. So that is declarative sentence. Now next we have imperative sentences. Imperative sentence means if we are giving command, if we are requesting someone, if we are giving advice to someone, if we are giving order, we are giving suggestion. So these are imperative sentences. Like if I say sit down, that is my command, my order. If I say please pass this to me, so that is I am requesting you to give something to me. If I am advising you, for example, you must consult to the doctor. So these are few examples of imperative sentences where we are showing request, where we are showing command, where we are showing order. Your teacher must be giving any command to you, or teacher used to give us order to us, or advice, or sometimes suggestion also that you must study hard. You have to study. So there are so many things, So examples, bring your homework tomorrow. This is command. Please give me a glass of water. That is request. Please meet me after you finish your lunch. That is please. You are requesting someone. Shut the door. That is again either order or command. Right? Clean the table, please. This is again request. So these are the examples of imperative sentence. What are imperative? Where we are showing request, where we are showing order, command, suggestion. These are imperative sentences. Now next we have interrogative sentences. Interrogative means question mark, where you are asking question. So interrogative sentences are used to ask questions. If you are asking questions, so that are interrogative sentences. I taught you interrogative pronouns also. So that is asking questions only question mark, right? So are you 11 years old? Can he sing? Who is your friend? How old are you? What are you doing? Where are you going? What should I do? Who rang the bell? So all question marks when we are asking questions, now it hardly matters. Like I have done over here mixed. This are you 11 years old? This one is that helping verb is coming at first. Can he sing? Again helping verb. Who, WH, how, WH, what, WH, what, who. These are of WH1. So any question, any means, whether you are using auxiliary verb, whether you are using WH1, whether you are using whether you are using interrogative sentences, or one I taught you of that question mark one sentence, question tags. So any form of question which raises a question, that is interrogative sentence. Exclamatory sentences shows us strong feelings, emotions, surprise, appreciation. So here are the few examples. I can't believe that. Thank God you are at home. What a wonderful opportunity. What a great book Amitav Ghosh wrote. So every sentence has exclamatory mark. So where you are showing your emotions or strong feelings, so you are expressing it with exclamatory mark. Now another thing what you have to do is practice work. Identify the kinds of sentences. You have to identify each kind of sentence and you have to write also in front of it. And next question, you have quiz time. So both the questions you have to do it yourself. If you have any doubt, you can revise it at once and then you can easily do. I don't think so that there is not anything to revise again. You can easily do it yourself. Thank you for watching and subscribing my channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon, which is very important, because if I'm uploading any new video, and you can get notification of it if you have already pressed this icon. Those who haven't done till now, please do it. Thank you and have a nice day.